Have a Date with the Angel. Starring Betty White. Bill Williams as Gus Angel. Presented by Plymouth, star of The Forward Look, and the Plymouth Dealers of America.
The time? About 5 months after Vicki and Gus Angel were married. The plot? You can't tell a book by its cover. The characters? They threw the book at us.
We might as well go to sleep. You know Gus and George aren't going to get back to town tonight.
Mm-hmm. Did you leave the lights on in the front room again?
Yep.
If the boys do come home, I'll wake you up, hon. I'm a very light sleeper. I wake up at the drop of a pin.
Okay. Good night, sweetie.
Night, hon.
Gus? Is that you, Gus?
Sure, it's me, yeah.
All right. How's the trip?
Oh, fine, honey, fine.
That's good. Gus? Wilma, did you say something just now? Wilma? That you, Gus?
It's all right, lady. I just got looked out of the bathroom.
Put him down here, George.
All right.
What did you hit him with?
Hit him. Found him laid out in the front lawn, colder than mackerel. He probably tripped over the front hose. Honey, you want to watch that?
I want to watch. Gus, this man is a burglar.
This little fella, listen.
No, wait a minute, George. What makes you say that?
Oh, I
thought it was you, and I came out here, and I turned the lights on, and he saw me, and I saw him, and he said something silly about the bathroom, and I screamed, and he ran.
Oh, Vicky, what do you mean he said something silly about the bathroom?
Oh.
Wow.
Oh, he's rolling off the couch.
I'll get something cold to put on his head. Don't let him get away.
Gus, if that little guy's a burglar, I'm both of the Bobbsey twins.
George, you can't go by looks. My own grandmother has a face like a 3-time loser. Besides, Vicky saw him.
Oh, I'm tired to come in. Oh, you want a sandwich or something before you go to bed, George? Oh, don't tell me he was driving.
Wilma, he's the burglar.
He is? What burglar?
This ice ought to... Oh. This ice ought to do the trick. Are the police on their way?
We'll get to the police.
We don't want to get to the police. We want them to get to us.
Honey, you sure you didn't have a bad dream or something? Wilma didn't hear a thing.
Gus, I walked into this room and I saw him. Now, I wouldn't make up a thing like... He's awake.
Mister? Mister? He's out cold.
Yeah.
I'd better call a doctor.
Gus, he just opened one eye and looked at me. What are we all standing here for? This man is dangerous.
I've seen jellyfish on the beach that look more dangerous than that.
Well, we were talking about prowlers after the boys left. Remember, Vicky? Maybe that's what put it in your mind. You know how dreams are.
Yeah, Wilma's a light sleeper. She would have heard you scream.
Did you scream?
Well, what was he doing on our lawn at 3 o'clock in the morning? Trapping gophers?
You're right. I'll call the police and tell them to bring an ambulance.
Ambulance? Honey, he's wide awake and listening to every word we say.
Honey, let's not get unreasonable.
Hey, Gus, maybe there was a burglar.
Thanks.
And when Vicky screamed, this guy was going by the house. He ran in to help, stumbled over the hose, and that's where we found him.
Could be. Why didn't you wake me up, hon?
Well, if nobody else will call the police, I will.
Where?
Easy.
Where am I? What happened?
Suppose you tell us.
What? Tell us what happened.
Oh, I don't rightly know, folks. It sure was nice of you to bring me in like this.
See, that must have been a real novelty. You generally break in, don't you?
Let's shake the cobwebs out of the poor old head, shall we?
There we are.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Thanks, Gus.
Oh, beg your pardon. Oh, beg your pardon, sir.
Thanks.
Now, all I know is I was walking down your very attractive little street when suddenly I heard a lady scream for help.
That was my wife.
Oh, she sounded like a lady. But actually, I ran into the direction of the disturbance, hoping to be of some assistance. Next thing I remember, I seemed to trip over something.
Yeah, that was the garden hose. You ought to watch that, Vicky.
Yeah, I don't suppose it was their fault. The next thing I remember, I wake up here with all you nice, kind people.
Why were you out walking at 3 o'clock in the morning?
I go for walks when I can't sleep, Mr.
Angel, Gus Angel.
How'd you do?
Mrs. Clemson.
How'd you do?
Mr. Clemson.
Pleased to meet you.
And this is my wife, Mrs. Angel.
We've met.
Oh, as I said, I couldn't sleep, so I went for a walk.
Oh, I know what you mean. I sometimes twist and turn for hours.
Here, have you ever tried a nice glass of warm milk just before bedtime?
Well, I'm such a light sleeper that it doesn't work for me.
Occasionally it does for me, but
Oh,
ordinarily...
for heaven's sake! You were sound asleep, and you were burgling.
That's a laugh. This burglar you speak of, did he take anything?
Oh, no, not that I know of.
But you said he was inside the house.
You know darn well he was. You was. You were. Well, he was.
Honey, take it easy.
Mrs. Angel's absolutely right. He ought to be reported to the police.
Do you believe me or don't you?
Honey, it's not a question of believing. We've all had dreams where, well, they're so real, we're sure they actually happened.
Yeah, dreams can be so vivid. Well, thank you all once again for your kindness. And if I can be of any help, you can always reach me at the Bon Ton Motor Court just down the street.
I'll drive it.
Thank you.
Watch the hose this time.
Well, cheerio.
Gus!
Honey, the least you could have done was thank him.
Registered letter, Mrs. Angel.
I wonder who that's from.
I wouldn't know. Sign the slip, please.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Goodbye.
Bye.
We're both insurance men, but since I happen to be head of the legal department, in my opinion, this case... Yes?
Is Mr. Angel there?
Well, yes, he is, but I need him right now.
Mr. Chase, this is Vicky. Could I borrow him for 1 second?
All right, Vicky. It's your wife.
Hello?
Gus, I just got a registered letter, and you won't believe what's in it.
Honey, I'm in Mr. Chase's office. Don't play games now. Tell me.
Gus, the burglar is suing us.
He can't sue us.
Well, somebody better tell him because he's doing it.
Well, that sounds rather legal. Is there anything I can do?
Well, maybe, sir. Vicky just got a letter saying we've been sued.
Oh? Here, let me talk to her. Hello, Vicky. It's Joe Chase again. Gus tells me you're in a little trouble, huh?
Hello, Mr. Chase. Yes, we're being sued by a burglar.
You know, Gus, this wife of yours has a wonderful sense of humor. She says you're being sued by a burglar.
Yes, sir.
He broke into the house a few days ago,
And I caught him, and I screamed, and he ran, and he fell over the hose out in front of our house and smacked his head, and he's suing for damages. Can he collect?
Vicky, wait a minute. Say that again, will you?
broke into the house a few days ago.
No. I mean that part about being sued by a burglar.
Well, it's true, Mr. Chase, we are. I guess it does sound kind of silly.
In all of my years in the insurance business, I've never heard anything as funny. Can he collect?
Mr. Chase?
Yes.
Can he?
Vicky, that would depend entirely on the insurance company that handles your liability. Vicky, I'll look into this with Gus. I'll get back to you. Oh, and it may be necessary to meet at your house tonight.
Of course.
Goodbye, Vicky. Now you came to here.
Yes.
Ah,
What?
that's you screaming. Ah.
It's all right, lady. I got locked out of the bathroom.
Good. I beg your pardon.
Well, that's what he said when I screamed.
That's why I thought it might have been a nightmare, sir.
Oh, yes. Gus, tell me, which way was this man facing when you found him out there in the front lawn?
Facing the street, sir.
Aha! Now, that means that he was running away from the house when he tripped over that hose.
There, you see?
Oh, honey, I never disbelieved you. I always thought... Oh, that must be the Clemson.
Mm-hmm.
I guess we won't need him anymore, eh, sir?
Oh, well, I don't know, Gus. I want to get all the facts, and then I'll know what...
Something wrong, George?
You'll see.
I'm sorry we're late. We drove around the block a few times.
Oh, well, that's all right, now that you're all here. I want to explain the procedure of this thing. Now, we've all got to go down to this lawyer's office tomorrow and give a deposition. That means tell our story. As I understand it, Mrs. Clemson, you were asleep at the time, huh?
No.
Here we go.
Vicky and I both heard this noise. Vicky got up and I followed her. She didn't see me. We both saw the burglar. He didn't see us. Vicky screamed, and when the burglar saw us, he said, "It's all right, ladies. I was locked in the cupboard."
How do you like that for a bulletin?
Thank you, sweetie. But now tell him what really happened.
That's what really happened.
Oh, Wilma, if you told a thing like that on the witness stand, they'd throw us all in jail.
You know, Mrs. Clemson, your loyalty to your friend is admirable, but I must know the truth.
Vicky and I both heard this noise. Vicky got up and I followed her.
She didn't see me, but we both saw the burglar, and Wilma's lying like a rug.
Honey, you were sound asleep.
How would you know? You were busy screaming.
I think she's just wonderful.
And now we get the waterworks. Oh, Wilma, come on. Tell Mr. Chase the truth. You were out like a light, weren't you?
Vicky and I both heard this noise. Vicky got up and I followed her.
Vicky, what in the world are you crying for?
She tried so hard.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning. My name is Samuel Bender.
Samuel Bender.
Oh, yes, Mr. Belknap said you were to go right in.
Thank you. Good morning.
How do you like that? We cool our heels for an hour, and that little thief goes right in. Whose side is that lawyer on, anyway?
Well, he's Bender's lawyer, George.
Well, he ought to be disrobed.
Disbarred.
That too.
Oh, hi, everybody. Hi, sweet.
Mr. Chase and Mr. Angel of Henshaw, Taylor, Malcolm, and Chase for Mr. Belknap. Bender versus Angel. Hello, Chase. Hi.
Mr. Chase and Mr. Angel of Henshaw, Taylor, Malcolm, and Chase for Mr. Belknap. Bender versus Angel.
Ah, this shouldn't take any time at all.
Say, you're not kidding. Does that lawyer of his know that miserable little rat fell down facing the street?
George, you may go in, Mr. Chase, Mr. Angel.
Thank you.
Well, don't they want me to?
Later, Vicky, later.
Good luck, Ralph.
The thing that fractures me is that I got taken into that little con artist.
So did I, but we know better now.
Yeah, well, when I get through with him, you'll wish he was back in Cucamonga or wherever it was he got that accent.
They want you, George.
Alone?
Yeah, come on.
Well, wasn't that a little quick?
Later, sweetie.
Mrs. Clemson, too.
Don't you want me?
Later, Vicky.
Would you like something to read? There's a new digest on briefs and depositions here.
No, thanks. I have a survey of writs and indentures.
Vicky. Oh, honey, what time did you go to bed after we left for San Diego?
About 10 o'clock. Why?
About 10 o'clock.
Vicky, which bed did you sleep in?
Gus's.
Thank you. Which one is his?
Gus, no.
Just answer the questions, Vicky.
The one away from the big window.
One away from the bed, yes.
Mr. Chase!
Vicky? Vicky, you didn't turn off the living room lights, did you?
George,
They'll call you when they need you. I feel so ashamed of myself.
What happened, George?
They want you in there, Vicky. And Vicky, please remember, the poor little fella has feelings.
And as representative representatives of the insurance company, Mr. Angel and I resent this man playing on the emotions of our witnesses. Why, he could win an Academy Award for phony acting. Oh, will you stop taking down every word I say until Mrs. Angel gets here?
I believe she is here.
What?
Oh, hi, honey. This is Mr. Belknap, Mr. Bender's attorney. Mr. Belknap, my wife, Mrs. Angel. How do you do? Please be seated, Mrs. Angel.
I only wanted to say that I feel no personal animosity in the case. I hope you feel the same, Mrs. Angel.
Nothing personal, no. Mr. Belknap, your client's a burglar.
Well, that doesn't seem to be a very popular opinion, Mrs. Angel.
We are not conducting a poll.
I saw this man, I can identify him, and I wasn't dreaming.
I suggest that we talk settlement instead of... Bad?
Oh, no, it's nothing really.
Oh. Yeah? This is Act 2. This is a throbbing head bit. Now watch how bravely we drink that water. Oh, we mustn't tilt our head back too far. The bandage might fall off. March back to our seat like a brave little Joan of Arc.
Mr. Chase, he's still the burglar, but it is possible his head really hurts.
That's what I told him.
Thank you. Now, as to why I was in the neighborhood...
No, not the dog. Not the dog. Vicky, don't listen to him. Why, he does everything but get out the violin.
He's not fooling me, Mr. Chase. He's still the burglar.
long ago, when I couldn't sleep, I used to take Toby for walks.
Toby?
His dog. The animal doesn't even any longer exist.
You mean she...
Yes, 3 years ago.
Easy, Sam.
I'm sorry.
Thank you, my dear. You see, that's why I was in your neighborhood at 3 o'clock in the morning. I like to pretend that I'm taking Toby out, wandering when I can't sleep. Silly, and...
Oh, shut up!
Well, there's no need to be rude, Mr. Chase.
Rude! Vicky, I will lay you 10 to 1 that Toby was the name of his cellmate in Sing Sing.
All I'm saying is a man can be a crook, but he can still love his dog. I know I saw this man. I know I did. I'm as sure of it as I am that this is a desk, or that this is a lighter, and that this man is a burglar.
Thank you, Mrs. Angel.
Well, and not only that, I'm sure I saw him wandering around the bedroom.
Vicky, you are? You saw it? All right, now, Vicky, tell me. What was he doing? What was he doing?
Well, I think he was standing by the closet carrying a cat.
A cat, that's it. A cat! Where did a cat come from?
I was pretty groggy with sleep, but
If Vicky said he was carrying a cat, he was carrying a cat.
God, listen to me. You two are my clients. I'm trying to represent you. And not only that, but it's your husband's insurance company that's being taken, and now you're coming up with cats.
Don't yell at my wife!
Oh, stay out of this.
I don't want him to stay out of this.
Vicky, can't you see that you're playing right into that little crook's hand?
Now you lay off of me.
Bender.
I am not. I wouldn't defend a man who'd hold a cat up by the tail.
Hey, wait a minute now. Listen, I'm sensitive about some sort of things, and I didn't hang no cat up by no tail. All I did was to fish in the closet and pull out that measly little fur piece of hers. And it weren't no cat.
Thank you. The defense rests.
Why'd you call the police?
Michigan 5211.
Well, that was a very pleasant deposition. Come on, Gus, Vicky, shall we go?
Oh,
Bender's so healthy.
Here, have a light.
least you could do is thank him.
Got a date with an angel, gonna meet her at 7. Got a date with an angel, and I'm on my way to heaven.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Plymouth dealer invites you to watch the Lawrence Welk program Top Tunes, and you tell it on this same network. Tom Kennedy speaking. Good night, everybody.